How's it going, everybody? As promised on Friday, here's the patch rundown. It's the mid-season patch for Season 15, or Year 4 Season 3, and to be more specific, we are on patch 2.23.0, I think. Apart from the event and all that stuff which I've already talked about, the patch has been on the smaller side in terms of quantity of changes, especially to characters or game mechanics. But quality-wise, what we got, well, it's pretty amazing patch, not gonna lie. I did expect something different, but what was included is definitely nothing to scoff at. Let's talk about the big thing first. We now have a revenge meter that is visible to everyone. You can now see how much revenge your opponents have by looking at the symbol next to the health bars. It's either your emblem, like in Brawls, or the attacker or defender symbol in the 4v4 modes. A yellow progression bar goes around the symbol and indicates how much revenge someone has already accumulated. And then once revenge is popped, it goes all the way back, so you also know when the revenge will end to time your attacks accordingly. Now, like I said, an amazing change, but what about the implementation? It wouldn't be me if I weren't able to find something to complain about. The most important info this change brings is your opponent's revenge. The revenge of someone with an orange health bar and an orange symbol. So we picked the color yellow to show the revenge gain. I mean, yellow has always been associated with revenge, so the thought process is fine. But it's yellow on orange. Don't get me wrong, you can still make it out and everyone should be able to identify it, but this is far from standing out. I don't know why I need to even explain this. This should be obvious to everyone that this color combination isn't exactly great. I'll repeat myself again, something I've said dozens of times when it comes to UI. The user interface needs to be as clear as possible. It is there to convey additional information, and the easier it is for a player to obtain said information, the better the UI. But let's not complain too much here. This was an amazing addition and should help many people with their ganking. I already saw people complain that all of a sudden they're not being mindlessly spammed by multiple people anymore. Well, that's how it should be. Consider it a good feature. Next, map changes to Gauntlet, and once again, very positively surprised. All of these changes were good ones. I absolutely think that this has improved the map. The mid lane has been extended outwards towards one of the bridges, which first of all makes that bridge no longer an instant death. And on top of that, there was a fence added, so one side of the minion lane also doesn't have a ledge anymore. You can obviously still drop attack, but this is already a really positive change. You can now make the argument that the ladders for each respective team carry a different amount of risk. The defenders always coming down at the more secure side, while the attackers can, in theory, be instantly ledged because of all the funny ladder interactions. More on that in a future video. But overall, the mid lane is a much safer place and only has 3 drop attack locations now. Only 3. The other change was to the C point. That pit in the middle of the zone has been closed. There's no random ass counter guard break or getting grabbed out of a light. That will lead to instant demise. We still have random little wooden planks, but that's to be expected. While some of us might enjoy open flat plains to fight on, plenty of people like these little obstacles, and well, it doesn't matter whether you just like them aesthetically or for their gameplay purposes. They do add some variety. Whether you enjoy said variety is up for debate. The other change to the C point was the moving of borders. It's once again at the old entrance, yet the entrance remains big. I'm also quite happy about that. Not every point needs to be huge, but the entrances should not be blockable by a single person. So all in all, Gauntlet has definitely stepped up. Now when I have a map vote with Forge, Beachhead and Gauntlet, I'll probably vote Gauntlet instead of just leaving the lobby. Thank you map team, I'm looking forward to future changes. I'll gladly rant about a map again if this means changes like these. Also check out Spaniard's suggestions for maps on the comp sub. If I find them, I'll link them down below. Moving on, after each map cinematic there was this camera panning towards your heroes. On some maps you used to be able to move before you could see them. This has now been standardized for all of them. Once you hear the horn, you can move, not beforehand. Also a good change in my opinion, stops me from running into walls on Shard or getting stuck on boxes and wagon wheels on Temple Garden. It makes it a little more fair. Whether spawn locations in terms of group composition has been changed, I don't know. That would require more testing and also previous knowledge, which I don't think anyone has ever bothered to acquire. Next, ranked rewards. The patch note simply said that reward drop rates have been increased across the board, meaning for ornaments, embossings, colors, emblems and whatever else you can unlock. This is obviously kept vague. I've heard multiple different reports. Some say that ornaments have as high as a 30% drop chance now, but that seems a little high even if it's only on win. I've also heard people say they sometimes get nothing. To even make a halfway educated assumption, we'd need quite a big sample size, but it definitely seems to have improved. So if you're looking for something in that reward pool, then it's a pretty good time now. Then fashion update. As mentioned last time, all forced patterns have been removed from all characters. You no longer have to equip them. This is mostly a change to the old roster, as every hero released after the March and Fire update already had this. So go nuts with your fashion now. With the removal of attacker and defender colors last time, and now the forced paint patterns, you're free to make your heroes as bland as possible. Not like that's necessarily a bad thing. Then we have lots of small things like XP boosts costing less salvage and cap earlier. Lots of other bug fixes like Harbor intro audio, for example. The patch notes list quite a few of those, but what the patch notes also have now are reference links to the bug reporter. I want to use this opportunity again to encourage you guys to check that one out. I will link to the patch notes in the video description, and those then have the links to the bug reporter. If you think you found something or just in general want to help improve the game with reports, then please check it out. I made a whole video highlighting it in the past, so it's quite cool to see how many of them are being fixed. So thank you Ubisoft for referencing the reports in the patch notes. And if you decide to check out the bug reporter, there are also hints at what will be fixed in the next patch. So have fun piecing together future patch notes already. But yeah, let's leave it at that. Like I said, not that many changes, but the ones we got were all really positive, I'd say. Let me know what you think. I hope the video was helpful. Thanks for watching. Laters everybody.